Brent, you're up.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Just give you an update on what's going on. There's been quite a bit of activity going on, so I'll just jump into it. First, with the review of the stormwater ordinances, we did receive the 6 development applications for review and their associated resolutions. We have some people reviewing them now, and our aquatic staff is working on writing up the ecological impacts. We're hoping to have a draft report for you for the July meeting. Sort of indirectly associated with that, as Colleen mentioned, we're in the process of reviewing the draft NIPD's permit for the quarry. I'm hoping to have that done and submitted to you for Wednesday. That's my goal. The Mount Arlington beach and restoration plan, we just finished up the last part, which was the conceptual design plans for the stabilization and planting. And again, remember that project is identified as a match for the NIFWIF grant, and hopefully we get that. But that is the last part of that plan that's complete. So I just need to QA/QC that document. Again, hoping to submit that to Mount Arlington by July. And then Mount Arlington will make comments on it. And once they're comfortable with it, then we'll make it available to the commission and the public. But, you know, Mount Arlington, as part of the project, they get first view of it. They get to review and comment on the document. This year, we've started sampling the lake twice a month as opposed to once a month. So we're doing that because the second sampling event each month is for the 319 grant. We're really focusing on some of the deeper sections of the lake to collect a lot of dissolved oxygen and temperature. And we'll be talking about that a little later on relative to trout, but I won't get into that until later. But we are collecting some additional data. Our last event was on the 9th of June, and the lake was looking pretty good. The Secchi depth was 2.5 meters. So we want that clarity to be at least 1 meter. We were at 2.5 meters. The surface water cyanobacteria cell counts, which we collected at Mid-Lake and in River Styx Crescent Cove, were both less than 2,000 cells per mil. So that's great news. Low cyanobacteria in the 2 sampling stations we sampled. We do sample mid-depth now as well. The cell counts were a lot higher down there. They were 30,000, but they declined from May. May, they were 44,000. Mid-depth in June, they were 30,000. So they've gone down, but they're still high, and not surprising because those cyanobacteria are ones that have the gas vacuoles that can move up and down the water column. So we're trying to get a better handle in terms of the dynamics of the cyanobacteria. When we were out there in early June, Landing Channel had some dense plant growth, not surprising due to the clarity and the low phosphorus from the phoslock treatment last year. A lot of milfoil and white water lily. There was some dense milfoil growth along one shoreline in River Styx Crescent Cove, but it hasn't topped off anywhere at least when we were looking at the lake at the time. And the canals had some pretty dense stands of white water lily, spatterdock, and milfoil. We are wrapping up our bathymetric survey. We have basically one more field day to do. We have to finish Byram Cove. We only got about 20% of Byram Cove done on Friday. A couple reasons. One was some rain, but the other is we spent a good chunk of the day retrieving that runaway floating wetland island off of Liffey Island. We brought it back to Ashley Cove and we re-anchored it. So remember, as part of the HABs grant, we'll be refurbishing those islands. And again, we'll coordinate with Colleen because I know Colleen wants to have volunteers involved, not only, you know, to get people familiar with the islands and educate them, but also as part of the match for the grant. We also, as part of the permit we treated Ashley Cove with Phoslock on the 7th of June. So that was done. The aeration systems, the Shore Hill air curtain is operational. We do have to do some adjustments of some of the head locations, and we're hoping to do that this week. The Lake Forest system is up and running. And the Mount Arlington one, it sounds like JCPL's work is done. So we just need to coordinate with the Mount Arlington electrician. We're hoping to have that system in operation in about 2 weeks. So again, those are the 3 nearshore aeration systems as part of the Commission's HAB grants. I still need to submit to Colleen. There's a few minor updates I need to do on the WIP. Colleen, I will get that to you hopefully by tomorrow. Again, I'll talk about the temp and DO a little later relative to trout. And then we will be sampling. So the second time in June. And then from June, July, and August, we'll be sampling twice a month. The cyanotoxin monitoring will start in July. So we do that once in July, once in August. And again, we'll coordinate with the foundation, with their volunteers. We would like to be close to sampling, or even sample on the same day that the volunteers are using their meters, sort of as a cross reference of data. The Aquatic Plant Survey will be conducted this year on the 2nd of August. And then Colleen, I'm going to send to you, I have the addendum for the QOP, for the monitoring plan that includes the stuff we're doing for 319. I'll send that to you. I put Jack reminded me about it, so I put my signature on it, and I'll forward it to you for your signature so that we can get it to the state for approval. So that's what I have, what's going on.